everyone. I'm Louise Hicks, your host of Aim to Purpose Spiritual Empowerment Hour. I have been speaking about this for some time now, the broken mental health system. And I have been an activist as well as an advocate because of my son's illness when he was diagnosed in 1995 at the age of 14 with a rare bone cancer, osteogenic sarcoma. My son David went on to battle depression and drug addiction. It was such a challenging situation for our family. It was devastating when we got the news about David's diagnosis. Needless to say, as a mother, you never give up the fight for your son. So I fought right along with my son every day because it was a challenge because of the broken mental health system. My son's illness inspired me to write this book, my award-winning book, A Hill to Climb, A Teenager's Battle with Cancer, Depression, and Drug Addiction. Down through the years, 25 plus years, I have been going through it with this broken mental health system. The latest being that my son was improperly released from conservatorship through the mental health courts, which has caused him to decompensate. When I saw my son for the first time in over 2.5 years due to the pandemic, I was devastated because my son had lost so much weight. He did not look healthy. I'm very concerned about him, which prompted me, prior to my seeing him, knowing and understanding the challenges that he was facing, to write a letter to President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamalaharris, and Governor Gavin Newsom of the state of California, where we reside. In this letter, I've expressed the hardship that has been on us as a family. More recently, the devastation of my son's release from conservatorship that has caused him more emotional challenges, which is what led me to write the letter that I'm going to put online. But before I put this letter online, I would like to read to you from my award-winning book, a letter that my son wrote to me years ago, and a poem that he wrote, because there's nothing like a mother's love, nothing like a mother's love. So this is the letter that he wrote to me. He says, "Dear Mom, as you know, it has been real hard for me. I know it has been hard for you as well. Being out on my own has taught me a lot. Life's lessons I am learning. What it takes to become a man, responsibility is the key ingredient. While on my journey to becoming a man, life has dealt me many cards. Hands I have to play out, because in life's game of poker, folding is giving up. I'm not a quitter, and I assertively stand up for what I believe. My understanding of things to come will help me to step up to the plate. A strong Black man is waiting for me. There, I will see his face when I look in the mirror. Overcoming cancer in my teenage years gave me a stronger relationship with God, family, and friends. Also, my tolerance for pain grew. Being struck with osteogenic sarcoma at 14 really took a toll on my self-esteem. Playing football was the only thing I wanted to do in life. Doctors telling me I would never be able to play again. Oh, I was stricken with grief, questioning God's will, wondering how he could do this to me. You taught me a wonderful jewel in life. I remember you telling me that God didn't do this to me, but he allowed it to happen to me. The problem didn't lie with just physical pain. It was the emotional and mental anguish I suffered. My outlook on life was different. I saw how close I was to death. In parentheses, he writes, well, that's how it felt. And I guess I realized how short life can be. Since I wasn't able to play actively in sports, I hung out with friends more in the streets. Now I realize the damage I caused to my family. Being a scapegoat is hard, but it builds strong character in a person. Our immediate family, it seems we lack communication. I believe you should be able to talk to your parents about anything. While they are listening, they should keep an open mind. Every individual is different, and as times change, so do we. Generations come and go, and throughout mankind, everybody needs his son. Hanging out all night with the dangers of the streets, I've come in contact with gangsters, pimps, prostitutes, and thugs. I've come across collegiate scholars, professors, and teachers with magnificent knowledge. I strive to be in wise I strive to be in wise counsel, but everybody I come across has not yet met with wisdom. Truly, thanking you now for taking my television away, I had time to understand my own thoughts, concepts, and reasoning of why things occur. I've dabbled with drugs and harlotry. Of course, that is something I'm not proud of, and I know you wouldn't be either. I've also been shot at and almost crashed my car, but I thank God I wasn't hit. I always feel as if my timing is off. What I mean is, financially, it seems when I need it the most, it's not there. Staying strong in the Word of God, I know everything has its time. Losing 2 cars in 3 years has hurt me emotionally, especially since the second one was paid off. With the help of the Lord, I'm learning to deal with my emotions and cope with my illness, the depression. Not knowing exactly which road to take in life has led me to travel many. I guess everyone paves their own road in life with the choices they make. You always say you made your bed hard. Now you have to lie in it. I know parents don't always make the best choices in life, so the decisions that their children make should not be scrutinized. What people call false, blame wise, I call knowledgeable lessons. When it comes to judging others, I only go by character, not differences. In 1 Corinthians, it says, do ye not know that saints shall judge the world? Our difference from one another is what makes us individuals. We're not perfect, so we should all look within ourselves and strive to be. Everything starts within. You taught me, you've taught me to believe in myself and to set standards and goals that lead to success. Another thing you've taught me, which I've tattooed on my heart, if sex is all a woman has to offer, then she's not right for me. So I try not to have sex with a woman I do not want to have a child with. Even with protection, anything can happen. I've noticed you've never really cared for the girls you've seen me with, so to speak. There's one girl I know you would like. We went to middle school and high school together. I have considered getting married to this girl, but I'm not financially stable. Her name is, and we deleted her name from here. I truly love her, and hopefully I can meet with her at our high school reunion. As of now, my main priority is establishing myself. Moving from shelters and transitional housing has been tough. Actually, I think being out on my own has helped me to grow as a person. I've lost much in my tribulations. I consider it sacrifice. Resilience is what it's going to take for me to get on my feet, and I will stay strong in it. A born champion I am, and I will strive to be the best I can by taking what life throws at me, one day at a time. I love you with all my heart. Love, David. And then he gives a little postscript and he says, P.S. For what it's worth, in the parentheses, he says, the world to me. I'd like to thank you for being my primary investor. The music equipment you and Kenan bought, I love utilizing. Making music has expanded my world into a vast way of expressing myself. I sure would love a career in the music industry. I love being in the studio. Working with various artists has increased my potential, talent, and versatility. To me, it was like I managed our studio. I guess I wasn't doing a good job. I guess I wasn't doing a good enough job. So you fired me in some sense. I strongly encourage you to have the studio set up again. My desire to create music burns with a passion inside of me. Everybody deserves a second chance, and I'm yearning for mine. Thank you sincerely, David. This was a heartfelt letter that David wrote to me when he was getting on track. And I've just had to read this because when I share with you the letter that I wrote to the president, vice president, and the governor of California, it just makes me reflect and breaks my heart that my son has been on track. And due to this broken system, multiple times he's fallen off the wagon. My goal, my ultimate goal, my heartfelt goal is to get him back on track. That's why I wrote the letter that I want you to read, that I read in one of my podcasts. One more thing I want to share, and I'm going to share the letter and close this out. This is a poem in the book, as I mentioned, my award-winning book, A Hill to Climb, which is the true story of what we endured when my son was stricken with osteogenic sarcoma at the age of 14. This poem is called A Mother's Love. It says, the sign says mothers are like angels. Their work is never done. So love and cherish her. Mother, you only get one. She'll be there for you in times of need. Her encouraging words strive for good deeds. So remind yourself, take heed. You'll thank her later on, indeed. I do believe at times she knows best. How long will you grieve when mother is at rest? A mother's love is unconditional, you'll see. Morals received like water to seed, from seed to tree, deep are the roots in me. And this is so heartfelt when I reflect on how I took the time to write this letter asking for support to get my son hospitalized immediately because when I saw him last Thursday, a week or so ago, I was heartbroken as a mother, heartbroken because this system is broken and it seems that most of the powers that may be do not care. So let's make this video viral and this letter viral so that we can help to get a task force together and help our children to grow in love. So let me get the video up and I'm going to share it with you, the letter. Let me get the letter up. And here's the letter. I'm going to share it so that you can see exactly what I wrote. Here we go. This is the letter that I wrote July 10th, 2022. And as you can see who I wrote it to, there's page 1. And I tried to make it as brief as possible. But this is page 1 of the letter. And where it shows everyone that I sent the letter to, a copy of the letter to, because this is so important to me as a mother of my son who is decompensating and was let go from the courts, mental health court system improperly. And now he's in dire need of needing to be hospitalized. And I'm having a challenge getting the help that I need to get my son hospitalized. So I'm praying and asking you to share this video and let's make it viral and bring some attention to this broken mental health system so that we can get a task force in place. And I would love to be a part of this task force because I know from firsthand experience, being a social worker myself, having a bachelor's degree in social work and working in the county of Los Angeles for 32 years in the health services department, I know the system firsthand and how broken it is. Having to be an advocate and an activist for my son for the 25 plus years, and I will never give up. So please, please share this video, and please go to my YouTube channel, Aim to Purpose Radio. That's AIMED, the number 2, radio. Aim to Purpose Radio. It's on YouTube. This video will be posted there as well. So please share, share, share. Because this mental health system is broken. And this is not just for my son. It's for all the parents and the families of those loved ones who cannot fend for themselves or defend for themselves. Please, please, let's come together so that we can put some demands in place and put some new laws in place to help our loved ones to overcome the emotional challenges that they have. As you can see, my son was on the road to rebuilding and healing from the scars that he was left with through this devastating disease of cancer at the age of 14, now 41, needing to be hospitalized desperately. So I am praying that I get the help that I need to get him hospitalized. And today is August 21st, 2022. I wrote this letter July the 10th, 2022, sent it certified, and I have gotten hardly any support from anybody that I've written to. I have gotten a few calls. However, none of them have been followed through with as they made commitments to do. From Senator Dianne Feinstein's office, the Board of Supervisor in the 4th District of the County of Los Angeles, where we are, our president, our governor. I submitted to have a meeting with our governor. I haven't heard back yet. and the commitments that were made from Senator Feinstein's office, no one has called me. The one that did, from I don't know who they came from, they couldn't give me a name. Some of these politicians, representative staff, they can't even give you their name. They said it's a policy. So with that said, again, I'm Louise Hicks, your host of Aim to Purpose Spiritual Empowerment Hour. Please share this video. Please go to my YouTube channel, AIMED, AIMED, the number 2, Purpose Radio. Leave your comments, give a thumbs up, because we're in this together. And I know there are lots of Davids out there. There are lots of women and children who need our support and help. We are their voices. Let's speak for them. And let's get some humane and humanity brought to this mental health broken system. Thank you for listening to me and watching. I really love you all, and I appreciate all the support and help that I can get. Again, Louise Hicks. Thank you so much.